Alright, heads are back from the machine shop. Get ready to put them back together. Exhaust valves on the driver's side head had dropped down in the cylinder head. The exhaust valves, not the valves, the guides. So I had all four of them replaced. New ones, new valve seals. Everything else was good. Of course, when they did the put new valve guides, you have to redo the valve seats as well. They did that for me. So we're just going to start setting this back together. First thing, I've cleaned this very well. Just want to make sure it's clean. Surfaces are all clean. There's no dirt or anything. We're going to put the cam back in here first. So I'm going to run. You can do this with engine oil as well if you want to use engine oil. Just a little bit of engine oil. I'm using some assembly lube here. Get on all the journals. Make sure there's no junk. Okay, and definitely don't want any on the surface there. I'm going to do the same thing on this side, just to make sure I've got good lubrication. And I have the instructions here from the service manual, and we're just going to follow the instructions of how to do this. I've got the cam, which has been covered up, so with a rag, so it doesn't get messed up. There are holes in the cam that run through the center of this cam, and I ran brake cleaner through all of them, shot it through all of them, and compressed air just to make sure that everything's cleaned out inside and there's no junk in there. It actually was very clean. There's no metal particles, no garbage in there, just cleaned itself out. And we're going to set this back in. Should be able to set this right down in here. It really only goes one way. Just kind of turn it in. I'm going to rotate it as I set it in there. Make sure the lubrication is covered. Now I've got to run a bead on my cam cap here. And you can use 3-bond from Subaru, or this is 3M 08672. This is the only other one I saw where from Subaru itself this is acceptable. And this is a one you can use in place of 3-bond. So that's what I had available, so that's what we're going to use. Just poke a hole in it. Get my nozzle here, and I'll try to show you this. This instructions show you basically, I don't know if you can see it or not, but right there, where you want to run silicone. So that's what we're going to do. So it's 3mm bead. I don't know what that means, but about that big. I've got my thing turned around. It's easy for me if I follow it in a diagram. Okay. Right, I know I'm kind of hiding this from you. Let me move this for a second. I got to set this down something so I don't mess the cylinder head surface up. These are resurfaced, milled to get them flat. Make sure they get them flat. If you're going to do the, do valve, not valve. If you're going to do the head gaskets in this, you need to get them milled in the machine shop. Don't mess around and not do it. You're just asking for trouble. Okay. All ready to go. Get my head back up here. Set this without moving it around. Just kind of want to set it down. Now it says temporarily. I'm going to put 2 bolts in here. These two bolts have new washers. They come in a reseal kit. Let's just temporarily put these on. Crank them way up here. Just gotta get at it. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do though. I'm gonna take this off. What I'm gonna do temporarily here, just so I can get at this bolt. This is the bolt. I had to put a helicoil on this one. When it came out, it pulled the threads, pulled the pulled the aluminum threads right out of it. So I had to put a new one in. Hopefully it'll come out without any problem here. Feels a little weird coming out. Oh, that came right out. Get that out. I'll just set that aside. I just want to be able to get that bolt there. So I'm not tightening these. These don't get a lot of torque. I just want to run them down. Just so they're snugged up a little bit. My head's not, that cap isn't down yet. It's stuck on something here. There it goes. Two back ones, which should be these Allen head bolts. There's the other two that need to put in. Yep. Allen head. Like I said, these don't get a lot of torque, so you just want to snug these four up right now. Then you got to put the rocker arm assembly on. I just want to make sure this cap's all the way down, which it's not down in the front yet. Not quite flat in the front. I don't particularly like that. Now it is. Just kind of hanging up there a little bit for me. Snug them up. Check my back ones again, just to make sure we're good. Now you start to put the rocker arm assembly on now. So, I'll show it to you. I don't know if you're going to be able to read it or not. That's right from Subaru. It's their instructions. That's what I'm going by. Get them out of here. Well, I'll make sure I get these right here. You've got these variable valves, so you have to make sure that they're not stuck. Here and here, there's little cylinders, and that one was actually pushed out a little bit, so I couldn't move this. I want to get this set up here. Since I haven't done this head before, I want to make sure I got these right. Do I have these right or not? I don't know. Or do I have them backwards? I think I have them backwards. I think I have that backwards. Because I do have it backwards. Helps if you put it in there right. I'll rotate them up. So my variable valves, they're still these, I showed these before, they're still not back. You want them released so you can get this down. We're going to just kind of run this down. On these, I think these are 12s. Or 11. They're 12. I just got the wrong socket out close. Nice, huh? You want to do this, don't take too long doing this. You want to do this before that silicone sets up, so make sure it's clean. Look at the exhaust side here. Get them lined up and get them in place. Come on. Get out of my way here. There's one. There we go. Drop them in. We will do a valve adjustment on this. Set the valves. You have to set the valve clearances before you close this thing all up. But right now, we just want to get them in here, get them put down, so we can tighten the outer cam cap up. A through H, which is, let's see. Got these, let me put my bolts in here too. So, got these outer bolts, right? I gotta remember which is which here. Got these right here. 3, 4, 5, 6. Where are my other two? Where are my other two go? No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One's here, and one's here. I'm not tightening these, I'm just getting them run down a little bit to get them close. .25 Newton meters or 18.1 foot-pounds. That's 20. 18. What bolts are we going for here? We're going for these guys right here. A through H. Well, A, B, C, D, E. Sorry, almost messed you up there. I'm doing it wrong. We're staying on the rocker arm assembly here. G, this one. We have G. H. Come on. Trying to get this so I can hold on to it. Okay. I'm going to run through them one more time just to make sure that they're good. Oh, come on. I can't get hold of it, this last one. There we go. Okay, it's good. Can't have any dirt or anything there. All right. Then we're supposed to tighten I and J, these two bolts, to 5.9 foot-pounds. 5.9, huh? Inch pounds. I don't have inch pounds here. 6 times 72, 70 inch pounds. About 70 inch pounds. So it's just these two bolts here. But we're going to go back to torquing the rest of this, a perimeter sequence here. This one first. 13 foot-pounds. K through R, which are these hex, and they are 7.2. The only two left are these two, which have the new sealing washers. Here are the old ones. Put new ones. Came in the reseal kit. It's the same, basically. It's 7.2 foot-pounds. There are 10 on there. All right, that's all the bolts. Everything's torqued down. I'm gonna let that sit. Obviously, you can see the silicone coming out of there. I'm gonna actually be careful, but I'm gonna trim a little bit that's squeezed out into here before I put that seal in there. I'm gonna just get that out of there, but I'm gonna let it dry first. Pretty much set. We want to reset our for the variable valve timing. So I want to get this back on there. It's set on there in place. Put my bolt back in. Okay. I'm going to turn this around for you so it's facing the camera. Maybe you get a better shot at seeing this. I've got to push this back over and get it back on that pin here, that's up here. So let's do that. So I use a 4mm socket. That's all you need. Take this, and we're gonna slide it back on the pin. Put it back in place. The pin's right in there. I don't know if you, hopefully you can see that. I'm just pushing that around it. There we go. Back in place and ready to go.